Hey guys, Dragon2000 here. So today I wanted to show you guys branded Bystial Despia. This deck gets really strong after Photon Hypernova, and I feel it's a really good meta choice to beat tier. Its matchup against Kashitra, I'm not too sure yet, but I have to do further testing to test out. But so far, in this video, I'll quickly just go over like the deck list, what like the strengths of the deck are, and then I'll also show some matches that I play and a few combos that you can do with the deck. So to start off with, I'm playing 3 Libellion, 3 Magma, 3 Saranib, 1 Baldrake and 1 Druisworm. So Baldrake is the new Bystial we get in Photon Hypernova, and it's a pretty good card. However, we are maxing fully on Bystials because we firstly don't have enough main deck space, and also because the Bystials are more treated as an engine than actually interruption. So Saranib has actually become the best Bystial for us, along with Magnum and Libellion. So these three are like the top 3 Libellions you want to see in your hand, because Saranib helps you start dumping your branded Retribution and your branded Fusion in order to start getting access to your branded engine, or you can even just send like Libellion so you can get access to that. Being able to send your branded spells is really huge because, of course, you have branded Beast and branded Regained, which is like the best 2-card combo you can have on the field when you have your Bystials in rotation. Pretty much gives you a pop, a draw, and a banish every single turn. Not much to say about the Bystial package. It's kind of small, but not really. Like, we're playing a lot of Bystials, and that's why I feel like this deck has such a strong matchup against tier, because your Bystials are your engine plus they interrupt tier. Going on, we have the Albion, the Shadow Dragon. Again, we need to be sending our full of Albaz and branded spells to the graveyard so we can start accessing them. We play 2 full of Albaz because I feel like you just have to be on 2. This card's very prone to getting, like if you go for a Albion line, which I'll show you in the combo, you kind of need 2 full of Albaz, because a lot of the time they might just Bystial the first full of Albaz that you don't. 1-2 Cartesian, because again, with the new fusion monster, you kind of want this card. Also, just being able to quick fuse on either player's turn and being able to add it back every end phase is pretty nice. We then play 1 Mercury to search off Lost. This card's just a monster negate, and it's also how we make Lindworm. We then have 1 Ad Libitum, 3 Aluba, and 1 Tragedy. It's a very small Despia package, but I think it's necessary because, again, Aluba gets you to your branded fusion and everything. This is a good target to send off branded fusion, and then this is insane to just banish our branded in red. We then play the Patchwork package, so we play 2 Edgem Chain, 2 Poly, and 2 Frightbird Patchwork. Again, not much to talk about this. It's pretty similar ratios to when what we played before. We then play 3 Branded Fusion, the best fusion card in the deck, and honestly, probably in the game at the moment. Summoning Mirror Jade and it being a non-targeting banish is just insane. We played Branded in white, so this is just another Poly. We then play 2 Fusion Deployment. This is just to be able to summon Cartesia from deck. I'm just testing this card. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but it's pretty good going second as well, because it forces your opponent to respond to full Albaz. However, you're going like -2 just to resolve this card. We then play 1 Branded in red. Again, this is self-explanatory. I would also consider playing a main deck banishment, because sometimes you actually don't have a Despia monster in graveyard, but you instead have a fusion monster in graveyard, which is why I'm considering changing this out for banishment. We then play 3 opening. Again, we want to get to branded fusion as much as possible, and we also want to have, like, if we by extension, we also want to get Lost and branded fusion combined, because having Lost plus branded fusion is the most crazy combo in the world. Then we go, I'll have 1 copy of Lost. So obviously we want to draw branded fusion and Lost, but we don't want to play more also copies, because Lost is kind of like a brick. We just want to search it when we have branded fusion already, which is like pretty likely, since we have, like, I don't know, 9 copies of it. But again, if we have the other 6 copies of it, then it's not really a copy of Lost, because we can't just hard draw it, right? Then we play 1 Regained, 1 Beast. Oh, something else to know about Lost, actually, I'll quickly mention this, is that you can set it off, you can activate it from Libellion, because it's a continuous spell, which is why it's also pretty good. And then we play the 1 Regain, the 1 Beast, and the 1 Retribution. Retribution is another one that you send so you can reset one of your percent full of Albaz traps. And then Regain and Beast is like the most insane combo ever. Like, this is the greatest recursion a deck ever has. This side deck can be whatever you want. Triple Tactic Tasking, I found this to be a really insane card, but yeah. everything else is like interchangeable. Swords of Concealing Light is going to be pretty crazy this format, I feel. But other than that, everything else is pretty like generic. I haven't really done too much post-photo testing apps, just seeing what this deck can do against here, just for a bit of fun, and yeah. Then for the extra deck, we play 2 Mirror Jade, 2 Libellion, 1 Gungold, 1 Ablanetus, 2 Albion, 1 Lindworm, 1 Titanic Clad, 1 Quartless, 1 Masquerade, 1 Guardian Chimera, 1 Dragon Spelia, and 1 Modraken. I think everything else is pretty straightforward on why you play it. We're playing 2 of all of these guys because Kashiraja can banish your extra deck, and these are like the most important combo pieces in your deck that you want to have all the time. Everything else can be a one-off because it doesn't really matter. If they banish like one of these or one of these, you can just go for a different line instead, which summons the other one. But yeah, that's like the main reason why we're playing all of these. Just to show you a quick combo actually now, I'll just do a solo mode test hand. Wow, okay, so immediately if you draw Random Fusion, it's really nice. So I'll just do top of deck. We'll just do a very like simple, if you draw a Luba, like this is like a 1-card combo, but you kind of need a Luba or any dark in hand to do it, or in graveyard to do it. So we'll go normal summon a Luba effect, search Random Fusion, we'll then activate the Random Fusion, we'll send to graveyard a Libellion, and then a Fallen of Albas. We'll then go summon our Albion. Oh, you also would need a discard in hand to do this combo, so but we'll figure it out. I'll do that later. We'll summon our Libellion, and we'll just draw a random card, and then we'll do Libellion effect, discard the opening to fusion summon. We'll put to top of deck, to extra deck, and we'll summon out the Mirror Jade. And now on resolution, we can tribute this Albion to summon out our Libellion, and we can go Libellion effect to set from our deck. Either a branded lost, it depends on what you want to end on. You can do a branded lost and then search a Macario on your opponent's turn if you're playing banishment, or you can put like a regained, or you can put a branded beast. I like to put a branded beast because it's just another interruption. And then we get end phase Albion effect is put to set a branded card. So the reason why I say you should probably be on branded banishment instead is that this way, instead of ending on these 2 and having a dead brand, because like Brandon and Red is dead here, we go instead we go Libellion, put branded lost onto the field. Where is the card? Yeah, we put branded lost instead, and then instead we can also set, like, I'll just treat Retribution as banishment, and that way we can go banishment, summon back out our Albion, and fuse off the cards on their side of the field, and then we can then trigger lost to search Macario, which is why I think playing banishment in the main deck is more correct. But that's like a simple 1-card combo you can do with the deck. And then I'll show you guys one of the matches that I played with my friend, where we were playing for $5, and it was just an absolute destruction. So I went first. My hand was pretty nice. I'm opening pitch Aluba. So I actually think that line was incorrect. I think I should have done opening pitch Sarania, because we get Sarania effect to then dump regained, and then we get beast regained and then lost all on the field, which is really nice for us. But I think the logic was I had a feeling he's on tier, so I wanted to play around like a Hadron Havness, so I'll still get Sarania effect. But anyways, we go lost, we go Random Fusion. But I did the combo I showed you guys before, except this time we obviously have the lost on the field. We search Albion here because we want to get we want to dump a Retribution or a branded spell. So yeah, we go summon Libellion. He chains having this. Oh yeah, so you couldn't respond to any of this because we had lost in the field, and you can't respond to resolution. So yeah, we're going Libellion effect, and then he's chaining Havness, chaining Imperm, because I think the logic he explained to me is that if we hit a tier name, we want to be able to like summon Rucolos or summon a fusion monster without being interrupted by Mirror Jade. But I think that logic's incorrect because you kind of want to just save the imp for your turn. If Mirror Jade banishing one of your tier names isn't really that much of it. Like if you summon Kikolos and I banish it, isn't really a problem. You can just search instead, but that's fine. Anyways, I got Libellion set Beast, and then I use Albion to dump regain, and then end phase set the branded red Beast put back, and then add back Katisha. So we still were able to end on all three without using the Serenade, but sometimes if you get interrupted or if you might not be able to end on all of them, so it worked out okay here, but yeah. Yeah, so he's just trying to play, we have, like, looking at his hand and looking at what he has right now, like, it's just kind of hard for him to play. I kind of misplayed here, like, I think he did Dark Target Albion. I chained Mirror Jade to that for some reason. I don't know why. No, I didn't even chain it, I just did it on the Summon of Dark, which was a complete misplay, but I did it for whatever reason. He mills 3, misses again. He got really unfortunate with all his mills, to be honest. He gets Scream Effect to search Salier. And then he goes tasking such Instant Fusion, which is why this card's to be insane in tier limits, because just being able to add Instant Fusion, being able to add like any of your power spells, like you can add Terraforming to get Planet, you can add like different one-offs, like I'm seeing a lot of lists playing Change of Heart or like Evenly Matched in the main just because you have this card. Anyways, goes Instant Fusion, search Reinhardt, then like when he does this, I'm pretty happy with that because then I can at least guarantee stop one name, and then I still have like regained and beasted use later on. He hits all 3 names, which is crazy, and he just does all of them. I just changed to banish the Sharpness because my logic was that he's already gone through all 3 Halfness at this point. One's on field, one's in banish power, one's in graveyard, so he has to put back Halfness, otherwise he doesn't have a Halfness in deck. And he ended up actually not putting back the Halfness, which could have came up, but yeah. I then ended up putting one of the Halfness back for regain because I forgot that I've used Mirror Jade and that I need to draw cards and hopefully survive. Like I'm pretty sure I survive, so I need to be able to just be able to push through his board after that. So I go, he tries to attack over my board. I go Beast Pop with Sarania to stop Zeus from coming down, and then I can't use any of my graveyard effects, which is unfortunate. But then we go to my turn, I top deck opening, and then this is like the end of the game here, pretty much, because I go full on Albus pitch opening. He tries to chain Soliak, I chain Beast popping to Soliak. You can actually do Beast Pop full of Albus here, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, you can tribute 1 dragon monster, and Albus is a dragon. Either way, that resolves. I use his Collider Heart, and I summon my Mirror Jade, and because I fusion summoned, he can't trigger Collider Heart affecting graveyard because Brandon lost it on the field. And then with Prior, I use like on the resolution of the summon, I go Mirror Jade effects, so that way I am still under loss protection. Managing the Kikolos, I'll then search Macaria with Lost, and then go Regained. He's on 7k life points. I don't think I could have resolved Branded Fusion again. Like if I didn't search Macaria, I could have gone for a copy of Lindworm, but that was the misplay I made. I anyway just go attack for 3k, pass turn, he sets Kelbeck, and this is when I just end the game here. Like I slowly out his entire field. Just Mirror Jade, banish, attack, okay. Game 2, I'm pretty sure he just full combos and yeah, so he just does tier stuff, not much to like, I don't think he made a misplay when he was doing it. Yeah, he just does it like a normal tier combo, such as his crime, such as mills 5 from both sides. So milling 5 on both sides is kind of interesting. Like you don't actually want to do that against this deck because even if you dump like Branded Fusion or Branded Lost, it becomes, oh, I should slow down actually. You can just use Retribution to set these back, which is perfectly okay. Having full of Allies and Graveyard is also nice because for Cartesia. So yeah, he ends on Crime. The Imperm was unknown, but then he ends on Crime, Bistrella, Rucolos, and Mudragon protecting all of these from targeting. He also then has a Shuffle and Graveyard, which can then act as a pop with the planet. So I start off with Super Poly pitching. Did I even pitch? Oh yeah, I pitched full of Allies, I think, right? yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then yeah, pushed out full of Albus. Uses 2 monsters to summon my dragon. So I made a misplay here. I should have gone to main phase, activate regained first. But the problem is like if he rolls me, I kind of lose it. So no, I actually did this correctly. No, I think I know what the misplay was. Later on, I did make a small misplay. I should, instead of activating concealing, I should have activated regain first, because I knew he was going to be able to, he's going to summon after this, and I wanted to be able to bring back one of my draw swarms just to have another body to beat with, like beat over his stuff with. Now he just combos off, and it becomes really hard for me to push through the board. Yeah, so that was a misplay there. I should have gone regain first. If he interrupts it with crime, then I just have what's it called? I just have let's stop playing. I have the what's it called? I have the Swords of Concealing Light to add the entire board. But then he goes Kilos. Oh, I do. Yeah, we spent a bit of time like thinking of our plays. So that's why there's like a lot of non-playing happening. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this bit took a bit. Because he's a bit of, yeah, he's a bit slow sometimes. Anyways, yeah, I might just edit this bit out. Ew, what happened there? Oh, so that I think. Oh yeah, so from what I can tell, I think the replay bugged. But essentially, he outed my entire. I couldn't push the board actually. That was what happened, and then he just summons Collider Heart and interrupts the rest of the board. So then, I'm sorry about that. Actually, it just sucks. That didn't work out. But then game 3, we draw pretty good. We go Random Diffusion. We do the normal line of play where we go. Oh, and this is what I was talking about before, where if he goes Magnum to target your Fallen Albus, you kind of get stuck here. But then you still have to resolve Albion, so I did Albion effect to banish itself and Aluba to summon Dragos Apelia. Then so that way, if he gets his Magnum effect, I can stop it with Dragos. I then use Regain to put it back, draw a card, top deck Libellion, because that's just like the best top deck in my deck, and that's crazy. Go Magnum target, banish, and then he changed Joy Swarm, which is a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Wait, change Joy Swarm, target my Libellion. How am I sending the Libellion back? Wait, how did I do that? Oh, because it regained, yeah, regain summons back the Libellion, and then I go Cartesia effect to then fuse, send Albion from extra deck, and then set banishment. So yeah, not the best end board, but we still ended on Beast regain, which is really nice for us because we can keep getting out of Bystials in loop. We have Magnum in hand for like his tier names. We have a Dragos Apelia, we have a banishment, and we have Gungol, which it gives us quad list to protect our monsters from being beat over. Oh, and then I also end phase back Cartesia. So yeah, he summons with Medora. I can then trigger Gungol and I can trigger Regain here. So I'll summon back Libellion, so Beast is live, and then I'll summon Quadless. I'll then go Regain to then draw a card by putting back the Gungol, which is also why you're not too worried about banishing all your extra deck monsters, because you can just Regain can like put them back indefinitely. Summons Dark, then uses Dark effect, chain Dragos Apelia to just put it to counter. So he uses Joy Swarm, target Dragos Apelia, chain Dragos Apelia, put a counter just cause. Then summon Sprint, don't really care about this. Go Magnum, target them melee, and then Magnum Search. Has Planet, but doesn't matter because I again have Beast. And then he has melee, mills 5 for both of us. I don't think I hit anything good there. Yeah, no, because you can't trigger chain. He now gets to resolve all those other tier names. Gets Kikalos. So Soliak, he can't beat over the board because I have Quatlers, and then I have to resolve Magnum in an end phase. Search Baldrick, and then top deck Aluba, and that's just like the end of the game. So yeah, like again, he can try whatever. It doesn't really matter because he won't get I don't mind popping Soliak deck because even if he searches Harvest, I'm just about to activate Brand of Fusion and he can't respond with loss. So summon Libellion, summon Tragedy, again pitch, put back, summon Mirror Jade, special summon attack, and then I forgot to use Quatless here, which is why it is in game. But yeah, that's why he isn't dead this turn. But otherwise, that was actually just game because I go quad effect on resolution of Mirror J summon with priority to use like its effect to fuse, and then and then at that point we're still protected by loss, so you can't respond with Happiness. Either way, I summon Masquerade. He can't combo off. Like I have a beast, I have a pop, and it's like, yeah. Then we do another match, but how much time is this so far? It's 20 minutes. I can make it 30 minutes. Yeah, so I'll do one more match here. I'll go opening pitch edge and chain effect to search patchwork, and this also protects our looper from happiness, which is actually pretty nice here. Go search patchwork, go search lost because we already have the brand infusion, and this is when it becomes pretty nice for us. We go patchwork, search poly, seeing if we can bait out an ash. No one really ashes it, but yeah. And now we have branded lost, branded fusion, which is insane for us. We go Albaz, Alibian, Albion's banishing the Edgem Chain and the Full Albaz, and then we go into Lubellian effect, pitching the extra patchwork because we don't actually have enough. I don't have any more cards to target for it. Because I've gone through the one chain, I've gone to the two chains and then the one poly, which means I have no more targets. We then use Lost to search Macaria, Lubellian summon back, and then Lubellian effect, put Beast in the field. So here I think maybe I should have negated Harpness, but I didn't want to keep the card in hand, and I wasn't worried because like if he has to mill 3 tier names to play around Macaria and Sarania, and if he doesn't, I have Sarania and Macaria to stop him. Then yeah, he gets Scream effect, search Celiac. So here, I'm not sure if this was a misplay, but I think I should have just done, I should have gone probably pitch Sarania, and Luba go for Masquerade, and then put to graveyard and send to graveyard a copy of Regained, because I have the I have the Macaria in hand to stop the Keldea, but instead I did this like in the worst possible way, summon Masquerade and then end phase it, go Albion. I ended up doing the same thing but ending on less, and I could have kept all the differences. I kept Sarania in hand, but I could have ended on Regained Beast, which is I feel Masquerade with an extra card on field, with the Lubellian on field, giving me like giving me a pop Masquerade. I lose a Sarania in hand, which is kind of why I was leaning against it, but yeah, still think maybe it was correct to go for the Regained. We have Brandon Red is live this time because we have Aluber in graveyard, and yeah, December was overall pretty nice. He has super poly though, which is why it gets pretty rough here. I think we end up actually just losing this game because yeah, his hand is actually pretty insane. He's able to fully combo off and kill me. Yeah, because I go Brandon Red, he chains Keldeo. He goes Sarania, I go Sarania, then he chains his Medora, then he chains his Keldeo. Yeah, and then he goes Dark, Sprint, Melee effect. Summon hit, the new 2 elements Cash Tritra. I can't say that name. Mills 11 or 8, sorry. Yeah, doesn't make me mill 5 because he's worried about me milling something good, which is fair enough. And then yeah, just proceeds to get game on board, and that's the game. So we actually did lose going second, but that's also because I think I made a misplay there and I should have just gone for the Regain line. I'm not sure. Anyways, our hand here was really bad, but then we go the Albion Dragons and Regained, and then we top deck the Lupa, which is really good for us. He goes Chains Happiness, but we don't care because we have Tasking, we have Talons, like he can mill whatever he wants, like go for it. We add our Lost. And I added Lost here because we have Tasking, otherwise I would have definitely added Brand Infusion. This is why Tasking is so great, because you can just add Brand Infusion, which is why I'm even considering main decking it this time, because you can add Brand Infusion, you can add Branded Banishment, which is another reason why you play Banishment. You can add Talents, you can add Poly, you can add all these crazy spells. So then obviously you go Celiac, Rhino Heart 2, Chain Magnitude. Goes Melee, Link 1 Magnum, Chaining 2, Melee, summons Kikalos effect, and then Dump Happiness effect. And then he's just summoning, he was planning on summoning Rukulos, I believe. Yeah, he summons, but then he realizes that he can't Rukulos because Brandon lost protect the activation. So he summons Dragon Sepalia, which doesn't do anything here. Go Lost, Brand Fusion, and then the same line that I showed you guys before, Rebellion, and then summon Mirror Jade. And I actually made a mistake here. I should, before before, what do you call it? So I'll show you later actually. Before using Rebellion affecting graveyard and using its effect on field, I should have talents to like look at hand or take. But now I had to do Chain Mirror Jade, dump Titanic Clad, which again was why this was a misplay, because I should Titanic Clad's only meant to be used on your opponent's turn. But either way, set Beast, talents look at hand, hit the triple tactic tasking, putting him on 2 cards. Retribution, add back Diffusion now, because I know he has 2 shufflers, he's gonna be able to shuffle it back the next turn, so might as well do it now. And then end phase, trigger all my card effects, and just summon. Can't summon Cartesia because it's not a Dogmatic card, and just add full of Outburst. He draws a turn. So we end on Baldrake, Mercuria. Mirror Jade is there, but we have Banishment, we have a Branded, we have Regain, and we have Beast, and we have Branded Lost. So it's pretty much game over for him. He's trying to play it out just in case he can do something here. So he used Keldea. I'm Mercuria negate this because he pitched Kelbeck, which is the last unknown in hand. And I have Bystial in hand, and I'm not too worried about like him hitting multiple names, because we also have Banishment to use his field as a fusion material, and we're banishing it so you can't trigger his names. So yeah, both of us mill 5. I get Sarania effect, which is huge here because I can regain something back Magnum by sending it off Sarania, or I can bring back Jerusalem to get 2 pops. So he only milled Havness there, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, milled Havness, but he wanted to go for a Dark Line, so he didn't use it. And also you can't resolve things otherwise. So yeah. Goes for Dark, does the Albion play, and then on resolution just pop both, and then I get my Albion effect as well. So it's just end of the game there. Game 3, our hand is just crazy. Like we open Aluba, Branded Lost, Concealing like Polly and Baldrake. Baldrake is good going second card against here, obviously, but sort of Concealing like you're about to see how crazy Concealing Light is just in this game. So again, just goes for does the normal tier stuff. It does Shyren pitch Kelbeck, it does melee Kelbeck, mill 5, and surprisingly enough he didn't mill a tier name, which is crazy to me. He had to go into redo it to trigger Shyren, and because he doesn't actually have any other tiers in name, he has to use the Havness in hand to fusion summon. So he's gonna extremely neg this game. And I've got Retribution in graveyard to set my opening, which means I've got guaranteed access to Branded Fusion. I've got Jerusalem Magnum in graveyard, which kind of sucks, but it's also just good for the grind game, because then we can go regain some back. So now he's going Planet Pop, Baldrake's, Keikola Search, and then he only has 1 fusion left, which is I think Havness at this point. Yeah. So yeah, he goes Havness effect. Obviously, Celiac effect to search, adds another Havness, puts back 2, summons Rucolos, Jerusalem, so he can get a Magnum mid search, and then goes and face search, and then he gets melee mill 3 on my turn, and then also Rucolos then goes redo it back. I tap to Cartesia, which is an okay top deck here. It'll get better, it gets better when I go further on. So here I normal summon Aluba. He has no monster negates, so it's just completely okay to do so. It also then makes it so he can Havness me now, because I don't mind him Havnessing me now and setting up a big board. Because the logic in my head was he goes Chainlink on Aluba, Chainlink to Havness, he can mill whatever tier names, he can keep going off. He can fit back the 1 Aluba on my field. It doesn't matter, because then I can just search, anyway, searching Branded Fusion, and I'm concealing like his entire field. So he does hit a name, he goes Havness effect, and then and just proceeds to just completely like go off on my turn, because that's what tier does. Summon Striker Sibelia, then because none of these doesn't target, none of these can do anything, go Concealing Light, so his entire board. He weirdly enough then does Medora, shuffle back his cards. Sorry, not his cards, my cards. Sorry, sneeze. He goes Medora, shuffle back my cards, and tell him his name. To then pop his root cluster, summon it back, which I'm completely happy with. Then he goes melee effect, and then doesn't trigger any of his cards. So then I'm just like, okay, well, I've won here. Branded Lost, Branded Fusion. Do the combo I showed you guys before. I keep doing this combo even though it's like objectively correct, and like you shouldn't be doing it there. summon Mirror Jade. I just wanted to see the set cards, so that's why I was pointing at them. And yeah, here I think a bit, but then I find like the best way to do it, I think, yeah, just beat it over. I beat over the tier names here because I was worried about him getting. I wasn't worried about him getting these guys back. I was more worried about him popping a tier name just to start his stuff off. And yeah, end phase we get Albina's effect, searching out Branded Fusion. I should not have I shouldn't have banished my Magnum. That was a misplay. I shouldn't have banished it with my thing, but that's okay. I go end phase search, get my searches, and then yeah. How did I have like the Branded Fusion? Oh my god, how did I do that? I'm confused. Whatever, I think I didn't. I'm sure I didn't cheat. Wait, no, because Albina searches Poly. How did I have Branded Fusion? I went too fast. Return manage. I'll be to extra deck. Stop view. Manage. Oh no, so yeah, I drew it with Branded lost because he drew regain because he banished my monster. Yeah, duh. Yeah, so then it's his turn. He goes Medora, and then he decides to pop my Masquerade because he was worried about losing life points, which didn't really matter here because I just have enough. Like, he isn't outing my board, and now I'm just like, okay, sure, you do you. I don't trigger Mirror Jade effect because I don't want him to resolve Starliak, and I have lost, I have regained, and I have Branded Fusion hand, so I'm just going off now. So again, I do the same combo again, even though I'm pretty sure it was really incorrect to do it there. I then get, yeah, so then I go Albion banish Macaria, and Albaz summon Libellion, get Libellion effect, get Macaria effect, get Lost effect, searching these two, keeping the Poly in hand, and then I summon Mirror Jade, regain, put back, draw a card, and now it's just pretty much game. He goes Medora, putting back my Libellion. Hello. I'm not sure what happened. Oh yeah, so I top deck Libellion, so it doesn't actually matter what he puts back. He then pops my Mirror Jade, trigger Mirror Jade effect because it doesn't matter if I clear his board. I then search Magnum with Libellion, summon back Libellion, dump Retribution, draw a card, and then why is he pointing at it? Oh, he's just being annoying. Yeah, go special summon Cartesia because I have full of Albaz in graveyard, and then I just go Magnum it, the effect. Then go for Chimera and Sarania effect. pop his field, and then draw a card, and then just attack for game. Because I drew this Arania off my Chimera, and that's just game. So we did do another match, but I think the video is gonna get too long if I go over it. But again, this kind of just shows how this deck can absolutely like destroy tier. You get your branded cards in a loop, and with the regained and the beast, and it just starts like you start generating advantage like crazy. Branded fusion has got to be like one of the best fusion spells ever. Like it just generates so much advantage for you, and having lost on field as well, along with it, is like, oh, chef's kiss. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a little bit what branded can do post Photon Hypernova, and it's definitely a deck that I think you guys should be on the lookout or invest in yourself, because right now the deck, all the cards are really cheap. Like Aluba's are only, like I picked up a playset of Prisma Secrets for 25. I'm about to get Chimera for 45. AUD by the way, so if you're like from somewhere else, you would have to change the procs like accordingly. The Frightwear patchwork, just the patchwork, the Frightwear package got reprinted recently in I think Mama, I think it was, or some yeah, or no, Crystal Beast Slice Revenge, and it's like not even like $1, like it's crazy. So definitely worth looking out for this deck, especially because it's going to be a good budget deck for people if you invest early. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you around.